Hello, hello, fight fans. I know that you guys are all stoked up and ready to go. I hope you have your pom-poms on. I hope you have everything ready. If you don't, just shake zero. It'll be a-okay. Or you could even shake Alan, who's also in chat. We have right now the Zelda 2 Max Rando Tournament Grand Finals Game 2 between Patrick and traiLZ. Patrick is ahead 1-0, but today, you never know. I have a great team with you on tracking. We have the wonderful, as always, Cheeseburger Party, woo woo, and the legend, the myth, Star is here. So, I'm going to be tagging along for the ride as usual. And Star, I know you're just as excited as I am.
Oh, absolutely. We had a great race yesterday. Came down to the wire, and looking to hopefully have some race today. Should be a good one. traiLZ here, longtime runner, looking to get his title back. Lost it to RCS last year, wants it back. Patrick here looking to add another trophy to his arsenal. Having taken the Invitational last year, we'll see how this goes. Yes, as you can see, they've got a decent amount of starting items, and we should be off here pretty soon. I see you have just sent them off, so we'll be going soon. As you can already see, glove, boots, flute, and any key start. You'll see about what else there is. Should be fun.
You know, it's not a low heart container. I know this is going to break your hearts. But we can hope that it's tricky. Yeah,
Well, and it was. I mean, yesterday was very tricky for all that. It was a 6-heart start.
yeah, and it's always fun. So our runners are starting off with 3 heart containers and 4 magic containers. And it is a
Vanilla Shuffle West. Wahoo!
Oh, this just looks wonderful. So I know you guys yesterday were hoping for 2 lives. So we do have the 2 lives, which is the bare minimum.
It's
3 lives. Oh no, it's 3 lives. I failed you. I thought it was 2. So
it's 3 lives, but it's also only 3 hearts, which is half of what yesterday had.
Yes! Everything is halved out. And everything hurts too. You know? Because in that first cave, they are looking at feraligators and, you know, everybody just wants to lay the smack on our runners. So we're hoping, oh, I'm sorry, I couldn't provide a truck backing up, but we could always go beep, 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 beep. There you go, Tannerin. I'm kind of sad about no community room, Star.
At the same time, it makes GP 10 times worse because it's going to be a lot more of the same room repeated. You thought yesterday was bad with all the waffles? Today's going to be worse.
Yeah, but, you know, it would be absolutely fabulous. It was, you know, no community rooms and long GP. But we can always cross our fingers, right, chat? Because I know that's exactly what you guys are looking for.
We're both in the same item cave right now, pretty close together. Patrick taking a death down to his last life. I think traiLZ has got 1 left. Everybody's making a big dent in them right now at life 2 and life 3, so they're trying to take a few extra life levels to hopefully survive a bit longer. That's a lot of a small key that they really don't need, because they started with the Yeti key. Thanks,
and also, they do have fire, you know, so they could always cast it in a few magic containers.
Yeah, and Patrick, yeah, just up base. Has down to his last life. Not worth walking back out. You're pretty close to start.
Absolutely. So.
And yes, we'll probably get a big heaping serving of chicken waffles today. GP is fun without community rooms. You thought I got lost yesterday? I'm really going to get lost today.
Let's see.
Okay, so starting in this part of the Western continent on Vanilla Shuffle, you've got a good amount of landmarks here, but you're also kind of locked off by that hammer from a few different places. Bagu's Woods has got 3 caves, a bridge to a raft to someplace, and Patrick found Parappa. That is nothing at all in the Parappa Palace location, as we find P1, which is extremely bright turquoise today, over here in Bagu's Woods. That is a really bright shade of blue. And that's a magic jar for Patrick. Nice to have. Fire was 84 at Magic 1. I'm not sure what it currently is, but kind of pricey. And that is a raft tile in Parappa. No bridge encounter, so that's gonna be annoying to get back to. Fairly quick horse head here for, well, fairly quick to find horse head here for trails. Horse head himself, pretty much a pushover, there we go. It's a good thing I have the vanilla map open, because we're gonna need it today. Well, actually, P1 was technically on what called Trap 2 for this map. On what would normally be a bridge tile, as I find that it is marginally less bright, but not by much. Trophy cake here in Bagu's Woods, an immediate death for Patrick.
Hey, fight fans, I've put up a prediction. Get your predictions in. Who is going to win this awesome matchup? So,
Patrick, taking a second death in that cave, decides he's gonna update, get his lives back, and then go see what that item is. And finds a cave to Death Mountain in the Bagu's Woods.
yes, there will be a weekly right after this. So our runners who are currently in chat, we are looking forward to you guys, joining in on the weekly, because, it's always a party when you guys have, a great weekly. And hopefully we'll make it just as fun, maybe a nice 1 heart, 2 live seed. That would be the bestest. To file, I really did want to put chickens. I really did. But then I get yelled at. Because we all know the true winners are the chickens. Yes. As the chicken overlord, you have to have, the chickens winning. Because that's who won yesterday. The chickens. Let's admit it, guys.
Oh my goodness. The chickens really did take the win yesterday. It was pretty calm. That GP was hilarious.
I know. Those chickens were just like blammo, rude, and as the default chicken, overlord, according to my lore, I have to root for the home team, which are the poor chickens that are just there in GP chilling. And, when it comes to any Zelda 2 Rando seed, I think Star would agree with me that chat always wins, because chat is awesome, right?
Yeah. Yeah, it is generally correct that traiLZ usually is being the more experienced of the 2 runners here. Long-time runner for several years. Patrick only have been playing for less than a year, I believe. traiLZ is usually favored in long seeds like 5 gemmers where you need to do a lot, because he's got the combat and just general seed experience, having played more Z2R seeds than anyone else. Very fast force head for Patrick. Nice.
And fire is light.
Nice. But one never knows. We did, in fact, We did get a 5-gemmer yesterday that Patrick won. Partially, admittedly, Trails got a bit randoed last night, but still. Very randoed, in fact. Yesterday was quite a race. If people haven't caught it yet, it was special.
It's a good way to describe it. You know, the more special, the better.
The seed was quite something. I was actually getting a little worried it was unbeatable at points too, because of the way that was going. On the one hand, yeah, it would be really cool for Patrick to take 2 wins back-to-back against Trails. On the other hand, I'd also just genuinely like to see a Game 3.
Yeah, Game 3 would be awesome, you know? The grand finale of the grand finals. Both runners are hungry for the win. You're gonna see them duke it out in ways that you've never seen them duke it out before. You're gonna see more shenanigans and hopefully another opportunity for a chicken-laden, GP. Which always thrills the crowds.
Yeah, just a red jar here in Trophy Cave for Trails. Patrick did not manage to do this earlier, so get through this earlier, died a few times, decided to go for P1 instead, understandably. But just the red jar, that's not helpful, game.
We have a very funky looking Death Mountain. Oh, it's just pretty.
Very. It looks to probably be at a glance at as I think likely a mountainous Death Mountain. Usually that's a kind of gives you this coast at the edge of the map. But she does have boots to navigate, quite nice. But this is probably a generic mountainous biome.
But see, this is why I always root for nerf boots. Because now they are not going to fully earn the I went to Death Mountain and all I got was this t-shirt. You know? You gotta dig, Death Mountain. That's the rule. That's the law. Meanwhile, Patrick...
Still looking for the item here in 1.
Does Patrick have fire?
They started with it.
Oh, they started with fire? In Magic 3, it's castable. He really should try to cast it so he can see that it's light.
He cast it earlier in the boss room, but had full health, so I don't think.
Oh, so he was just plain old out of magic. Oh.
No, he had life. He had a full life bar, so casting fire did nothing.
Oh no, that's even worse.
So he might be assuming it's thunder or something different. He knows it's not jump or fairy. He knows it's not shield. Anyhow, here's Hammer Cave for Trails. We'll see what the item is here. Pretty close to the coast.
I gotta hand it to that little annoying guy. He actually made Trails take a lava bath, you know? He has a name, but it's not worth it for me to remember, so I just call him that little annoying guy. But holy moly, that was just kind of rude, Star. Hoppy boy. Well, we Bouncy wanted a friend. Magic container, very, very good for Trails. It allows you to, go ahead and cast life a little bit more, especially when it gets cheated. Oh.
And thank you, Hydrophobic Walrus, subscribing here. 42-month sub, thank you.
Yes, 42 months, awesome! 25-month streak, oh my heavens. You know what? I think Hydro wanted to see Boss Trez do no logic. I think that has to be it. And we all want to see that.
Indeed.
Yes. Anytime we can make traiLZ do something no logic, considering that fire temple that still remains legendary. And, ooh.
That might be Stonehenge that's hammerlock today. They're not doing that for a bit.
No. Woohoo! Emoji time.
Alright, and Rudo is here, has Fairy. Well, they're not getting that for a hot minute.
No way, Jose.
That is a very convenient spot for Bagu, lol.
Oh, Bagu! How could you? You're supposed to be better hidden than that. We are disappointed, Bagu.
I mean, it is vanilla shuffled. It had to be a somewhat visible forest tile. Hey, Sparkles,
Yeah.
yes, it is a hammer-locked forest tile, the grass tile. Probably Stonehenge.
Yes, Bagu is good boy, but I am Team Era. Who needs Bagu when you have Era?
Alright, no hit there on King's Tomb today.
King's Tomb is always doing what King's Tomb does best. Disappoint us.
Just going to take a brisk bridge to see where he takes him, since he's cleared out this portion of the west for now. Yes, Sparkles, the grass tile can be locked behind a hammer like that in Vanilla Shuffled, just as you can have, rock-blocked caves in the regular game. Oh, that's a cave. That's a bridge to absolutely nowhere. Thanks, game. That's just the other end. That's the exit to Death Mountain in the vanilla game, and there's only a forest tile there.
Patrick was looking for clues on where the trophy is, but I know nothing.
Got ourselves Router in the graveyard. I totally missed the hint that was here. There was a text box that popped up for trails, but I totally missed it. Oh, candle hit in the router. Well, that's helpful. Not. They both have it.
You know nothing. So it graduated from I know nothing to you know nothing. So it's basically I know nothing. And then it moves into you know nothing. Oh, this is just great. Also, having the candle hint at Rauru was oddly appropriate. Because, you usually learn nothing, so to get the candle, it's worthless.
I believe this is a P2 here in the graveyard.
The one thing we probably will see this time around is going to be trails playing far more aggressive than normal. Dip palaces, just try to play it, quickly get as far as possible to kind of... Chair time. I did not know that was a thing.
There's a couple really random ones. Pup Time's really branched out in the last couple of months.
Yeah, I see that. Oh, Pup Time, you wonky thing.
It's quite cute. Okay, here's Shield for Patrick.
Yes. I don't think there are any runners who have clocks as, as emojis.
You never know. There's a lot of really oddball emotes on Twitch.
I know, because, I plan on making River Devil sprites. to promote the greatest character in Zelda 2. That is the greatest NPC. People love Era, they love Bagu, but we all know who the true hero is, and that is the River Devil. Team River Devil 100%. Dragon, I have his emojis.
Yeah, figures that somebody somewhere has a clocky move for some reason.
There is a clock emote? Oh heavens. And I stand corrected.
Hey,
Oh,
but yeah,
what? I guess, they could have like a Flavor Flav emote and, he wears a ton of clocks. Irene, don't tempt me to make a bunch of chicken emojis. Okay, so both of our runners are traversing through, let's see, this chickens! Yes! Chickens! Chickens are life and love. Chick time. Yeah, this is definitely P2, and it does have the medicine.
that is a nice one. We haven't seen Mito yet, but that's probably in the vanilla starting area if I had to guess at this point. But that's gonna be nice to have. We are still missing several spells.
Just seeing the chat emoji driven makes me so proud. Okay, here we go. We've got Helmet Head. Will Helmet Head be absolutely weak?
Yes, it will. Pretty quick one there, and that's that.
No, there is absolutely nothing wrong with Royale's emoji, because that is actually what I use in Link to the Past Rando. My character is always a chicken. So, just seeing the little cuckoo versus Ganon, and we found Maze Island on traiLZ side.
Yep, the cave to Maze Island was at the Vanilla Raft Tile location.
Okay. See, this is also why we need Nerf boots. So that way they have to traverse through Maze Island the right way and not... Okay, let's see what our first item is from Maze Island.
Womp womp.
That is Disappointment City.
Absolutely not what Trails wanted to get. I think the river is still bootable in Nerf boots, yeah. There's a few patches of water that is walkable in those boots on that flag set. Because the Nerf Boots flag set mimics a vanilla game, and that only select paths of water are walkable, and that does include the river in the Maze Island.
Yeah. Just the river is walkable, but not the outside of it. So they can't really go outside to avoid fights. And that's what I love, when you get those lovely encounters. It gets the blood boiling and roasting, and you're ready to go in for battle. And we're about to see what palace we're about to go into, but traiLZ is still digging out, and it looked like that was, yeah, I didn't see the floaty eye, but traiLZ wants to find that second item.
Yeah, that was 3 or 6 minutes, and we don't actually go in there. Two's down for Patrick.
We always need to have a wonderful, Palace 6. Because Barba did not get a chance to show off yesterday. So Barba probably ready. And I think that this would be awesome. And yes, right now... Alright, here we go! As traiLZ is duking it out in P3, which, kind of makes me a sad panda, because I really was hoping to see Barba. But it did say the room was dolphin. So you know what? We could put our little tinfoil hats on and hope that we get to see a item blocking Rebo Shark. So that way we'll just pretend that the shark is a dolphin, and boom, we'll say that the race room actually predicted this. I kind of like that idea. For now...
It's not quite Pepto Pink either. Am I sounding broken up? Is this better? Or do I need to restart Discord?
No, you did sound a little cyborgy, but I was just gonna tell chat we have been taken over by Skynet, and if you can please send the Terminator to come save us, because Star has become a cyborg, which would be great, and then I'd have to kind of, do my best robot voice. And I think that would work out for everyone. They get to see a robot Star and robot Crystal, and I think that that can only add to the shenanigans of a grand final matchup.
This is a little bit more on the purple side. Patrick's gonna go find Hammer Cave now and get his magic jar from there.
Yes. And you can see traiLZ is really focusing on survivability by, going all the way up to life 6. I guess traiLZ is under the assumption that, with all the trash tier items in the pool for item grabs, that just maybe there's no other heart containers. So, just try to go as high up on life just to live, because everything just wants to, punch you in the face and make sure you have a bad day. And it's the same on Patrick's side as well. Both runners are at 446. Runners that, we have always seen focus on attack. Yeah, more so.
We have seen already 3 separate junk items. Not ideal! They did start with 4 items. Glove, boots, flute, and any key, so it's not guaranteed much of anything. We've only seen that we've seen 3 junk items so far, but it is a little concerning. And just because even if there are heart containers in the pool, it doesn't mean you're going to find the heart containers. Here's Rebo for traiLZ. Fire is down to 39 there at Magic 4, not too bad. Especially because Patrick now has 6 magic jars.
Yeah, so, you know, fire casting life is going to be a lot easier for Patrick over traiLZ, most definitely.
Actually, that 6 magic jar doesn't actually make a difference in casting fire when it costs 39 because...
Oh, it's 39?
times 2 is... Yeah, it's 39. 39 times 2 is 80. 80 is... divided by...
I thought I saw...
39 times 2 is 78, which, and 5 magic jars is 80 points. That's enough to cast it.
Yeah. You know what? I was looking at Magic 5 and on that Magic 4.
Yeah, fire is actually all the way down to 9 at Magic 5. Low! That is cheap!
Cheap. Because at Magic 5, it's 9. That's why I was thinking, you know, when Patrick... I was looking at traiLZ side. Patrick does have Magic 4, whereas traiLZ had Magic 5. And the difference is huge. So they will be able to cure themselves quite a bit. Which is actually pretty good for our runners. Especially, you know, if they get a wacky-lacky kind of GP where, you know, all the rooms are the same and they're lost. You know, from a survivability aspect, to be able to cast it as many times as they will. Perfect.
For sure. And yeah, P3 is, well, P3 for traiLZ, looking for the item now. Patrick is back to Maze Island. I'm not even sure when he left earlier. Then just a P-bag. Junk item number 3 for traiLZ.
It would be interesting to find out that there literally are only 3 heart containers total in this seed. And that will make GP really rough. Because you know the chickens are very brutal in GP. And they have no problem swiping all 3 heart containers even at a high life count.
Oh, absolutely. Remember yesterday's Chicken Fiesta room?
Oh yes! Oh yes! It wiped out like 6 heart containers like nothing. Boop! It was like, here today, gone tomorrow. And chat is going, such a shame if it's 3 hearts. Really feeling the pain. Oh chat, you guys are just funny folks. And I'm giving you a fist pound through my computer.
Alright, and there's a Vanilla Shuffled East. Jeez, game. Sure. Vanilla Shuffled West, Vanilla Shuffled East. Well, that exists.
Yeah, nice 500 point P-bag, and, you know, lucky for the boots, we get to see what's on this water tile. Just a red jar. And as we go through the troublesome
That is
valley,
our 5th junk item of the seed. Once we see 8, we can confirm there's... Once we see our 9th, that is when we can confirm there's not enough spots for health in the seed.
You know, seeing GP in Valley of Death leaves me wondering if this is even really all that randoed. How sad. You know, I was kind of hoping GP would be under, you know, a River Devil block 3-eyed rock.
Oh, here's P4, which traiLZ cannot do anything in yet. No, well, it doesn't want to do yet, because that's fucked. Needed for P4 and the
go
on the map. Trap 15.
This is what I've been waiting for. Happy me. And traiLZ is now going into P6.
We have ourselves a rather salmon-colored P6 today, this pinkish-orange shade.
Yeah, that's exactly right. And wow, that was actually a pretty cool jump. Because usually for me to cross that, I usually have to cast a jump spell because, you know, hand-eye coordination ain't there. But I know chat is suffering right now with just some of the palette options. Did they get any thunder hints? No. But, you know, we're just gonna pretty much... We know that Fairy is blocked by the trophy. That's all we know right now in terms of spells. But there is hope that, you know, it will be a tricky thunder, or, you know, could be old Kasuto, which would kind of hurt. So it's just a matter of, you know, wherever it is, we can just hope that it's in a fun place for our runners.
Yep. Yeah, and I had agree with chat that these really small very small and narrow bricks are really bad on colors like this, which gets the salmons a little bit much as a callous color. A little bright, a little nausea-inducing. And the ripple and this particular brick pattern causes a bit of a ripple effect, which does not help with how bleh this color is.
Yeah.
And of course, it's got the colorful background too, which really doesn't help.
You know, Mirai is so right, Star. Have you ever had Pez candy? They look like
have once or twice, but it's been some number of years. I had
those little blocks look like cherry Pez. The little cherry
Yeah, lamb
Pez
was my dinner today. What did you have for dinner, Krista?
Well, I eat dinner at roughly about 1 a.m., so... But I plan on making a veal cutlet parmesan, chicken cutlet parmesan, along with a spaghetti bolognese and some nice white wine to go with it. So I figured, you know, I'll eat after the weekly is done and then, you know, go from there. But right now, all I have for traditional dinner is just water and ice.
So it's life sometimes. Their dinner does sound pretty tasty.
Yes. See, that's why you need, instead of hanging out with Sim, you should hang out with me, and then you get better food with less sarcasm. See, Star was in Florida, so Star was a Floridian for a couple of days. And, you know, we had a meetup, but unfortunately I couldn't make the meetup. So next time when Star is in Florida, especially the Central Florida area, I'm definitely taking, you know, Star out. We're gonna hang out and have a good time. And yes, there is a huge difference, advantage trails right now from an exploration and... Oh, here we go! Barba time!
Yep,
And
speaking
it's
of...
weak Barba! It's a weak
Very
Barba.
weak. Yeah, so Trail's getting to his fourth boss just after Patrick beats his third. And Patrick just hasn't had I think, a combination of Patrick doing 4 up earlier got him a magic garb, a little else, and Patrick's also just spent longer in palaces today, which has not helped him up all that much.
No, not at all. And he's digging for the items. Yeah, and what hurts for Patrick is we all know what the item is in 3. I believe it was a worthless item, and it kind of hurts. Yeah. So, poor Patrick is doing a whole... Who picked these flags? We can blame Alan. Right,
Oh, you were
Star?
the one who hit the button today. I don't know
I
what spell this was.
Yeah, but we'll just blame Alan anyway.
Fair. And that was jump, thank you. And old Kasudo.
Who picked these flags? We're blaming Alan today. I didn't do it. I'm innocent. I swears.
Big shout outs, by the way, to them starting with boots and then getting both Vanilla Shuffled West and Vanilla Shuffled East, so boots are kind of limited use.
Yeah.
So there sadly won't be a boots hunt today, unlike yesterday. Whoops, just hit my mic, sorry about that.
Oh man, that was rough, that boots hunt.
Yesterday's boots hunt was bad. Patrick seeing
Oh.
that P-back and is like, nope, as new Kasudo's got Spell in it today.
Well, now, let's see if Trails has enough. 7 to open Grandma's Love. Oh boy.
They're not doing that for a bit.
I can't claim innocence. Innocence is always claimable. Be you assign it to me is a different story, but we can always hope. Let's throw a raid.
Thanks for the spell. I mean, it also does some interesting things. Turns enemies into other enemies, and does this wacky thing that's called opening this tower. Is Patrick finds out that both items in Maze Island were a whammy. One up in a P-bag. Not helpful, game. And that's Magic Jar for Trails, which is nice. Still not enough for that item, though. Gonna have to backtrack.
Yeah. How sad. Wouldn't it be interesting, though, if Grandma has fairy? By hiding that trophy? That would be absolutely rude. No fairy.
I don't remember either of them actually getting the trophy hint today.
So, chat, let me ask you, what would be the rudest item that Grandma could have? And the greatest NPC!
Oh, trophies in West. Thank you, did miss that earlier. So yes, trophy might well be on Stonehenge, behind that Hammer Rock. Or the northern part of the map, also behind Hammer Rocks.
Yes!
Very good chance trophies hammer blocked at this point.
So then we need Grandma to hide the trophy. And there's the River Devil. Oh. It was good to see him working. Oh, I'm so proud.
But yeah, Spell very well could be locking Hammer for that trophies. Because Hammer also locks that rock right there, as we all found out yesterday. Here's the Runia, which has thunder in it. They're gonna need that child too. Let's see where that got stuck at today.
Okay. What if Grandma's hiding the hammer that leads to the child for thunder? And
That's cool.
that would be nice.
Oh, they have boots, they can walk around that boulder. That's true, I forgot. They won't be forgetting that boulder anytime soon, though, because yesterday was a special fun with that rock.
Yeah, that was a great boulder. And we do have,
You probably won't need this.
Well, Mirai, if Mirai is still in chat. He needed upstab and had to go on a voyage in one of his seeds earlier. So don't discredit old upstab, even though we know it's the third best stab.
Indeed. Patrick looking through the valley right now. I totally missed the child hint for child in the east. Okay. That should be accessible, although it might be that thing that Trails currently can't get without some magic marks. It would probably be kind of mad if that was where that ended up. He definitely isn't forgetting the spell tower after yesterday either.
Oh, let
We'll
us.
see Grandma's basement though, because Patrick will get his 7th magic jar here. So I can compete in
Yes.
favorite trails. Hey, there's the child.
Okay, so the child was on traiLZ's side. So now we'll get to see if the hammer is with Grandma.
Very well could be. That would be good for Patrick at this moment.
Oh, do you know what kind of advantage that would give? Maybe not anything substantive, but it would just feel good to know that, you have a hammer that you could bonk rocks with.
Yeah. And yeah, they only have 3 spells, 43 minutes in.
Disappointment City. All right. And here we go. We got the speed run to Grandma. In which,
Also just very convenient here for Patrick. In one trip, New Kasuto instead of backtracking, which Chels will probably have to do later.
Yeah.
Well, maybe. He may not, because that's a one-up. Womp womp.
I was hoping it would be low tier trash since he got everything at one time. Disappointment City, yes. Okay, Paratrooper. No community rooms, which means that we are not going to see any emojis, but it means chicken and waffles. So that's always a good thing, just put like about 6 very ninja chuckers in there, just Lag City. Oh man, it's gonna be great.
Alright, Bridgetail here is a passive cave Chels doesn't need to take. Eastern continent being significantly nicer than yesterday is the Western continent though seems to be a fair bit ruder.
Yeah, it does look aesthetically better. And we'll just go with aesthetically better. I'm not gonna say it's better, but it's not as mean as the last one. And we can.
Although, actually, where's Nukas? They need to find the cave to New Kasuto, I think, at this point, because we're missing a palace. We're missing P5 in the. No, we're missing P5 in the west, so we're missing a Nuburu here in the east, is what we're missing. And
now we're in Old Kasuto for Patrick.
Going to pick up Jump Spell.
Yep.
Make again.
With someone asking who is responsible for this. And we're going to again blame Alan. I know nothing. And we have P6 for Patrick now. While traiLZ is doing his best at, impersonation of Dora the Explorer. With a hope that something gets found soon, other than just regular want battles.
Pretty much. traiLZ. Patrick did do this earlier. This will be Magic Jar 7 for traiLZ. And that's about it.
Yep. I don't think that was what he was looking for, so traiLZ was probably right now saying, I still haven't found what I'm looking for. He's impersonating Bono right now.
Well, that might send him back to New Kasuto at this point. He knows he needs a trophy. Well, doesn't know for sure he needs it, but with no community rooms, there's a pretty decent chance GP's fairy locked. And fairy's just also so useful.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Because he also doesn't have Reflect. So he either needs he needs to either find his way north in the western continent, or backtrack around a bit so he can go figure out where the Yeah, so he needs to work out how does he get on over to another palace. Either because he can't be P4, he can't find P5. P5 is in the west by process of elimination. It's up in the northern part of the map where the vanilla start location is. I'm pretty sure is where P5's got to be at this point since we've seen most everything else. Might be south end of Saga actually. I don't think he ever quite got there, but currently trailz has not found P5. That's a dead end. Going through a pasture cave and finding himself on the side of the wrong side of a hammer rock.
You know what, Star? Now that, with everything that's happening right now, I think people will know if they were to discern between you and I, they would know who rolled this seed. I really do believe so because, your seeds are known to be a little bit rough, but I think mine are just like all over wonky. I can't even explain. It gives them good stuff and then it says, ha ha, I gotcha, and we love it.
We have only seen one of the two connector. We have seen both connector caves on the west. One gets you to Death Mountain, the other gets you to Raft Tile. So there is no continental connector.
Nope.
And the Raft Tile was in Parappa, so they are not getting to the north end of things by way of walking. So
all they can do is upstab with hope that they find something soon. Just pray to the upstab god.
Yeah, P5 could be on the island as well, but we haven't gotten there yet either, which, at this point, trailz is basically like, he can either dig western pasture caves or dig eastern pasture caves. Western pasture caves in the hope to eventually find his way to P5 and or Mido, because Mido could have Reflect. Reflect is either Mido or Naburu, which we also haven't seen. I think Naburu's probably in the Vanilla Nuka Pseudo location, which they can't get to without a hammer.
Nope. P4 has been found. It's very easy, very close to get to if you start over. However, we have no clue where Reflect is. And,
we
so
know
they
it's
have
one of two towns, we just don't know how to get to either town.
Yep. And we don't know which one has which. We know that Rudo has Fairy. But then, by process of elimination, we could say it's in, what was the town that we haven't found? Naburu, right?
Mido and Naburu are the two we're missing.
Yeah.
One in the west, one in the east.
So... oh, right, that would be awful! For it to have
and
the hammer in P4.
That's a 1-up in 6. Yikes!
Alright! This is wonderful, Star. This is just peachy. For those of you who wanted, Alan, I know you hear me. Because you were putting the pressure on us.
Well, that cave, so Naburu was not in the Nuka Pseudo area, actually, because trailz just got there by way of a pasture cave. Is Naburu in the place where Nuka Pseudo was yesterday? I mean, this P6 does look kinda actually look a bit peachy on Patrick's side. It's not quite as orange as it was for trailz.
Yeah, but it does look like the cherry pezzes. Now I'm gonna have to
oh, never mind. There's the Valley of Death. And nope, that's the life.
Life.
They really don't need.
It's life. Oh, this is great.
They really don't need the life spell.
They
really don't.
At this point, you just say, "Oh, heck it, I'm gonna get it anyway." And I know Alan is happy. Here's Hammer!
There's Hammer, buried in the valley. I was going to say, Raft does nothing because we've seen the Raft tile in the west. That was Parappa. So it wouldn't have told them north.
I think that, with that being said, now you can smack some rocks and
oh, absolutely. trailz is heading north.
Yes. So,
Or maybe not. Oh, he's gonna check the Stonehenge first. I was like, Trails? Live? But Stonehenge makes sense. He knows there's an item there.
definitely.
Because he wants that trophy, and it might be here. 50-50 right now, and nope, it's Magic Card number 8.
Oh, man.
Well, that means that he's heading north for that trophy today. And yes, that start location in the swamp is kind of terrible.
Ooh.
But we know that trophy is in the west. We've seen 4 out of 5 item caves and Stonehenge just now, so it must be the last item cave, which has to be up north here somewhere. There's Mido, which we know has to have Reflect.
Yep. So, you know, even though it pains me to say this, we know traiLZ is going to go to Palace 4, obviously over Palace 5. So we have to say ripperoo to the homie with the mostest, the one who gives you the mace to the face, and that is Gooma. So let's put some F's for Gooma. We're gonna miss him. But Barba got to shine, but it was so weak. I guess maybe, you know, Barba was just kind of sitting there roasting in the lava and used, you know, too much energy making the lava hot, and that's why he was so weak this time around. So we have to, you know, play some violins for Gooma, because Gooma is one of the bestest bosses. You know, we all love the maces to the face, especially with 3 hearts. Oh, why? Our chat is probably the best chat ever.
I do love our chat. Okay, where's P5 game? Okay, here's trophy. Here's gonna be the trophy, because this is the last item cave in the west. We cannot. I don't actually know if traiLZ has a mic on today. He does. So we can't switch.
And here's the trophy on traiLZ's side. So traiLZ is gonna go pick up Fairy. Oh, he's going in armed and loaded, you know, for when he takes on GP this time, Star. No missing Thunder this time. No missing Fairy.
traiLZ won't be forgetting Thunder anytime soon. Patrick is unfortunately just kind of behind, got a little lost in palaces, took some early deaths due to low health, and is just kind of behind generally, which is unfortunate for Patrick, but hey, at least it looks like we might be getting a game 3 today.
Yeah. You know, I should have put chat who wants game 3 as one of the options of who will win. But then we'd have 2 answers that are correct, and then I'd be, you know, back in detention again, and I always leave detention. Oh, man. But
for Patrick.
Yes, and traiLZ hippity-hoppity over to Rudo to tell everyone that Fairy is my property. So that's always a good thing.
Yeah. Yeah, traiLZ really showing off why he's in finals today. Much better showing than yesterday, which was just for traiLZ. traiLZ had a bit of a bad day yesterday. It's glad to see him not have a bad day today.
Yes, and in GP, Irene has already laid out the summon for the chickens. You have to go thunder, 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 thunderbirds. Ho! Yes, absolutely. So we've done the summon for the chickens. Let's hope that they come through. And Azure, I'm from Florida. See, we got the Everglades. So if I gotta deal with swamps, the runners should too. It is just Florida projecting, so you could just claim it as Florida syndrome. And then we have Right?
Thanks to the Eye of Open's pom-pom zeroing. Here's P4 for traiLZ. Patrick picking up Thunder at the same time. And let's see what is today.
That color for traiLZ.
This ain't bad, actually.
It's like a burnt sienna. For me, it looks like a burnt sienna, but you know...
I can see that, yeah, it's a dark reddish orange. Might call it paprika myself.
Oh yeah, the stuff that burns you alive and causes you to sneeze. Let's go with paprika.
Brick red also works.
Brick red, yes. Something that, you know, probably people throw at me with some of the stuff I roll, especially if you get me for Link to the Past. And Florida Man is not scary, okay? Florida Man is a very cool guy. You just go to the bar, have a couple of drinks, and you're all good. Sorry, Mage. You know, we got the bolts. We got the rays that always you know, kind of disappoints us every year. Listen, that was a bootleg Florida Man. That wasn't the true Florida Man. The Florida Man that, you know, is everybody's friend is Florida Man. Also, traiLZ is blazing through Palace 4. Star? They're going after Florida Man.
So P4 is being longer than 5 rooms. traiLZ would have been about 10 by now.
Yeah. You know, kind of makes you... Grace still there? Oh no. Alright, we'll just say Link is Florida Man. He does Florida Man stuff. Especially when it comes to picking on our poor citizens that reside in the palaces.
Yeah, traiLZ skipping them in P4, he doesn't really need it. It might have been a hard container, but traiLZ doesn't care for that, and they might not exist. We haven't seen a lot of junk.
Yeah, the palaces have been trasharoo. You know, they're like garbage dumps today. You know, if you have like some trash, just go ahead and pull it, you know, put it out, and the palaces will come pick it up and use it as an item. And, you know, that's never a good thing. And traiLZ actually noped out to go back in.
As a side note, per my notes sheet, we have found 9 junk items.
Yeah, it has been absolute trash here. And, you know, chat loves it. And we're here to entertain.
Yes, we are. So, anyhow, let's do some shoutouts, actually, because happy 1 hour, everyone! Shoutouts to our runners here, BKPKT Patrick and traiLZ, to my co-com Krista, and to our tracker. We've got Cheeseburger Party on the tracking today.
Yes. And see, there are other people that agree with me that the residents of the palaces, you know, they're the good guys. Link is the bad guy, just like Mario is the bad guy. You know, I'm telling you, we have some great people in chat. They see the truth. The truth. So, you get 2 thumbs up from me. Yeah. And this Palace 4 is just weird.
It is. We're discussing how P5 is usually the longer of the palaces, but this one's not being nice. I'm pretty sure.
Could you imagine if P4 is longer than P5?
It could be, because traiLZ just found that Doom Knocker, which looks familiar. Patrick has found his hammer, so he's going to find his things now. If Patrick goes to P5, this actually might be closer than it looks. Because this is not a fun P4 right now for traiLZ. He is, he's been in about like 15 or at least 15 different rooms by now, and he is not finding this Charon.
Okay. Holy moly, my ice. My ice is... Yes, the Aflac duck. The Aflac duck is Florida man. Quack.
Oh, and there's Barrock finally for traiLZ. That only took an age and a half in doing what felt like most of the P4 here.
And this is why fire has to be cheap, because traiLZ was almost knocking on death's door. Woo!
Alright, Patrick's heading north. traiLZ is gonna place his final gem, and we'll see how this GP looks.
Yes, once Patrick gets that trophy, we all know that he is going to be heading over to Rudo, picking up Fairy, and then we're gonna... Mito first to get Reflect, then we're gonna, get that Fairy, and then we're gonna be off.
Yep. traiLZ is definitely a paratrooper at this point. It would take something interesting for Patrick to come back, especially if he also chooses to go for it, because that Karok was kind of deep. And, you never know.
Yes, Alan, there is a deep lore. And as a Floridian, I am very well familiar with it. Also, time is 1:04:32 or 31. And we have traiLZ that's going and diving into a ripened lime GP. That is oddly
lime colored. Immediate jump scare. Thanks for that, Kingbot. Usually not a big deal, but when you only have 3 heart containers, a Kingbot will make a pretty big dent.
Yeah, but this is oddly chickenless. Oh, heavens. See, yesterday we had a great waffle room, with a ton of, chickens everywhere. Now this is just literally empty. I guess maybe all my chickens worked so hard yesterday, they took a day off.
For those who missed it yesterday, they had a very fun waffle room that's an immediate T-bird. Thanks, game. Second room in. I guess you need thunder today.
Yeah, this is oddly chickenless. This here is a travesty. I am offended for all of the chickenaholics that are in chat. I shall carry this. And since we do have
the king of all chickens here on screen right now. It doesn't look very difficult today, though. It just goes down real fast.
And gives you 1,000. Nice! It's just wonderful for our runners, but, and we have to give traiLZ. That was a great fight. And
it was a very good fight.
This is hurting me. Just one lone chicken. I'm hurt. This hurts me on an existential level.
Gonna head right here. No chickens to be seen in this room, and that's an upstep block. I think, anyway, this is just a regular glove block. Really missing up rooms. Gonna see another chicken briefly as we take the drop.
See, now I'm gonna have to go play. I have to dig out my joystick and beat up Link to the Past with my chicken so I can bomb Sarazlabot. Just take out all my anger on Sahajrala. Just bomb him. You guys can call me Fred. I would love an all-chicken setting. I would put chickens in every palace. Heck, I would put a chicken in Zelda's room. Zelda just be partying with chickens. You start in her palace and you get slammed with a group of chickens. Yes, let's do it.
Here's the top of the L7 drop. This is regular GP, as you see another waffle room, also chickenless for the first part, and never mind, there's one.
Just one chicken. Oh my goodness. KFC stole my chickens. I am suing Popeyes. I am suing, KFC, churches, and Dark Link. Let's
GG's.
Go. All right, everybody. Suing. No, Mage, I am suing KFC for stealing my chickens. Get your GGs in chat. We're gonna see some cankle action going on.
Yeah, traiLZ will take the win and force a game 3 here with an official race time, the GG time of 1:18:19. GG.
Yes.
And Patrick gets in the door of P4.
At least it's not as long as the last seed star, because if it was, then, you know, it would impede on our weekly time that's going to be starting up at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I know. Put some F's in the chat for poor Crystal, who lost her chickens. Oh, it hurts. Oh. All right, we just traiLZ did agree to doing an interview, and
needs to wait for him to show up, which he just did.
Yep.
Hey, traiLZ, GG.
Hey, traiLZ, GG, my friend.
Hey, what's going on, guys? Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. GG's.
Oh wow, he hasn't even finished the 5th palace yet.
No, he got a bit lost in palaces today, I think, is what happened to him. There wasn't like any one big time sink that he did that put him way behind. Just kind of little things. I think he got a bit lost in palaces and had some rough early, had quite a lot of early deaths, I think, was the other thing, which kind of did him in. Nothing specific, just little bits here and there that added up.
How about that chain reaction to get that hammer, huh?
Oh, right, I know. On the other hand, Patrick did just find Karok a lot faster than you did. You spent a lot of time in that 4.
I found every single room of that 4.
That's what I thought. I was like, I think you must have seen at least most of this 4 by this point, because you were in there for a while.
Yeah, I mean, you had to go, I went down right, I went down left, I hit all the loops, and then I realized that the very first left you go into, it dead ends in Karok's room, so it took me a long time, but I figured it out. I've found every single item in the game except for 2 of them, and either the raft is in P4 or in Spectacle Rock.
Did you see, could have been the item in 5, I think, pretty sure. There's neither of you.
Oh yeah, that's right. We never saw 5, and there's the cross, there's the raft, and then there's question mark.
I counted 9 separate junk items, so there were a maximum of I think 2 heart containers in this seed extra.
This was just so much pain. No Guma, no chickens. But you did awesome, traiLZ. You were just blazing through. You're like, this is not gonna happen again. And we appreciate it because you now forced a game 3. Are you psyched?
Yeah, I'm pretty excited. I mean, Patrick's a good player, you know. This could have gone either way, and as I'm entering GP, I'm like, oh my god, man, if he's in here already, then I'm screwed, you know?
Yeah.
But this GP was pretty easy. It kind of reminded me of the
2 rooms in, that was fun.
Yeah,
well,
you know.
The community rooms, it's set up similar to the old school way that Great Palace used to be set up.
Mm-hmm.
With short GP, it's just basically just hold right, use your brain, and take a drop if you think that it'll be beneficial. In this case, it was.
Yeah. That L7 took you pretty quickly there.
Yeah, I think I took a pretty direct path. I mean, unless there was a different way that you could get there, I think I took probably the most direct path you could go.
I think you probably did. Yeah, I'd love to see how Patrick chooses to route this once he gets done with T-Bird.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that second drop that you take actually puts you in a single segment, a completely separated segment that has Dark Link in it, and that's the only way to get there is from that one drop. So it'd be pretty interesting to see how long that he takes.
Sorry, I just noticed. I'm not sure how long it's been there, but Patrick has a bit of text on his screen saying, "What the heck, Kristen?"
What?
Not sure what that was in reaction to, but he's had that. I just noticed he had that text up.
How did I get blamed? Didn't we just say that, we are blaming Alan for this?
Patrick
totally
didn't get the
blaming
memo,
Alan.
evidently.
Yes, we must blame Alan. Because Alan told me I had to get good and roll a decent seed. Something that was grand finals worthy. So...
Okay, I've apparently just been ignoring it, because Patrick, looking through his vault out of curiosity, had the text for up for a while that he forgot about boots. And then I think he put up the "What the heck, Krista" text when he realized about the hammer mess, because that was quite a chain trails. Vanilla Shuffled West strikes again.
Yeah, and East. The thing is, like, in order to get to... And anybody could have taken that cave and ended up on the hammer, like, 30 minutes in. I mean, it was that one cave. It was 2 caves that you took that put you in Death Mountain, or Valley of Death. And which had the second item cave. I had cleared everything out of the east except for that second item cave. And I'm like, well, this has got to either be the hammer or the raft. And I was thinking, because I found the raft tile that the raft would take you somewhere on the top section of the west. But yeah, when I found that, I was pretty scared. I thought that he might have found that before me. And then having to go the 3 screens in Darunia to find out that the kidnapped child was on the east, just to walk the half of a screen over to find the kid, to have to walk 3 screens again. Didn't feel too good either.
That's always a classic. I think Patrick did the same thing. Got to him and realized, right.
Yeah, I think he's going the totally wrong way now, so this should be kind of interesting. I wonder how deep the rabbit hole goes. Oh, he gets stopped right away, so...
Yeah, the routing, you did some god tier routing, because taking the drop was the best option, because this here is not going to lead to anything but just pain and agony.
Well, here's the thing. I mean, no matter what, that drop is going to take you closer to Dark Link more times than not. Because on the way here, it's not going to drop you on the other side of Thunderbird, basically, because there were no drop rooms, and he's lucky that it's forcing him into that drop right now. Because yeah, if there's no drop area for it to take you to, why not take the drop? You know what I mean? It's just going to take you closer to Dark Link,
Yeah.
It's not going to put you in front of Thunderbird. It's not going to warp you back to the beginning of the palace, because it can't. There's no drop rooms back there.
You gotta give Patrick credit. He is sticking to this path. And, wait a second. Was that the drop you took? Because I don't remember you.
Yeah, I took this drop,
yeah,
and then
and
then I took another drop too. Pretty sure I took 2 drops.
Yeah, I think you took the 1 drop with a chicken and some other loose ends, and then you took the L7, I think, in that order. Oh, I think Patrick should be close. Yep, there it is.
Oh, he must have took 2. I remember taking 2 drops, but maybe I only took 1. I don't know.
I saw only 1. But then again, I could always be wrong. So get your GGs ready for Patrick, who is having a Dance Dance Revolution there with Dark Link before going straight to the Kinkles. No, more like fire punches to the stomach. Okay, we can go with that. Get your GGs at 117.45. We have 117.46. How dare you, ZSR bot, try to, make me look like I didn't know what I was doing and stuff. Yeah.
And yeah, GG's to Patrick. Also finishing up the scene, not a bad time even. And we'll see if he wants to join us for an interview.
Yay. Welcome aboard the party train to 10. How you doing, first time chatter? Glad to have you with us. And let me check to see if Patrick is in the waiting room. Not yet.
He is not right now. He wants to know when you want to do round 3 trails, actually.
Oh man! The threat! The threat! When you gonna do that race 3 now?
I don't know. Are you guys willing to do it?
Yeah.
Right now? I mean, we could replace the weekly race with this if you guys really want it.
I shall
We're going to do a race of some kind on this channel.
I probably should let my brain rest. I think I got seed poisoning yesterday, which kind of messed me up a little bit. So.
Okay. That's
also works.
I mean, normally I'd be down, but this is for all the cookies,
Yeah.
Also fair.
No, that's understandable, And Wednesday, if you guys are wanting to do Wednesday, we have an opening for 8 p.m. If you guys want to do that, that's not a problem at all.
Yeah, nothing particular. There's nothing. We have nothing going on Wednesday evening. I think pretty much. There might be.
The last thing
Oh,
the
we
Z2R
have.
match is at 5:40, which might run like 3 hours or so, but usually it's not too bad. Doesn't look like Patrick will be joining us for an interview. It seems does want to complain a little bit about the scene in the race room. He is not amused about that hammer. I don't blame him.
Yeah, I'm in the doghouse. Woo!
I mean, to be fair, I was really upset about that seed yesterday, and partially because I was just completely cooked, and evidently I saw the thunder spell, I just didn't get it, but I thought it said fire spell, so
Yeah,
I don't know.
cried for you when you passed up. I thought, it was you doing a big brain gamble and saying, you know what, I don't need no stinking thunder. And unfortunately, Thunderbird wasn't early enough for you to see it. It was really deep within GP, which is the worst possible scenario when you're going thunderless. And I was like, oh, that's just mean-spirited.
Yeah, well, generally
generally
in a long GP with Thunderbird not required, you tend to run into Dark Link without having to do Thunderbird. But the past couple times I've done these, I've ended up running into Thunderbird, so I don't know. And to be fair too, I don't know, was Dark Link directly behind Thunderbird last night? Because I full cleared every
yeah.
Yeah, it was the next room.
Okay, because I full cleared everything else in the palace that I could before I realized that, hey, Thunderbird is required, and then at that point I was just basically waiting for the GGs so I could forfeit.
Mm-hmm.
So, Chad, I know is waiting on bated breath to see when you guys choose your battle time, and we're always down for it. And I have no idea what they're talking about in chat, but it sounds awesome. But Trails, congratulations aplenty.
Hey, thank you. I know exactly what they're talking about. And at the end of Zelda 2, the curtain goes down and they hug. And people wonder if they're kissing or not. But if you do remove the curtain, they have each other's chin on each other's shoulders, so they're just hugging.
No! All this time the lore has been a big old fat kiss, but yeah, if I was asleep that long, my breath would be kicking like a dragon, so I get it. I get it now.
Plus Link's getting all that action on the wave during his adventure with all those women in every town with the red dresses on.
Oh, that hurts so hard. For those who are interested in the Randomizer weekly, I am now setting up the weekly. So I hope you guys will be there and will join. I know you're gonna just go ahead and take a break, Trail, so we may not see you in the weekly, but the room is open for all of our runners to join. If you are not a runner, come and join us anyway. You know, we love to have you. So
Absolutely.
All right, catch you guys later. Thank you guys for everything. I'm gonna go.
Oh yeah, absolutely, Trails. Have a
Take
good
care,
night, and
Trails.
we'll see you in Game 3.
Absolutely.
Yeah, race
Wow.
room's open. Let's stick that in the chat for, well, chat.
Yes, definitely. And
And not the unseen yet, Krista. We need to outro